All right, Shalom, brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, Waharachak Wadash, Barakatham. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Now, I wanted to title this lesson, just something that was on my spirit. It's going to be titled, You're more valuable than you think. Okay? You're more valuable than you think. All right? You're more valuable to the people here on this earth, and especially you're valuable to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is the reason why you're in this ministry. And so I brought this out to edifying lesson. I'm going to go ahead and start with the book of Ephesians chapter 3, verse 8. And it says, Unto me, who am less than the least of all saints, is this grace given, that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Hamashiach. Now, speaking from the perspective of Paul, he saw himself as someone who was not worthy of receiving the gift that he got, that he, and he was not worthy to carry out the task that Yahushua had commanded him to carry out. But in reality, it wasn't something that was necessarily his choice. That was simply his perspective. Right. And, it's a good perspective to have, of course, to be humble and not, think that, oh, man, I should be the top guy in Israel. No, I mean, ultimately, the men that the Lord called to do this work. We know the scriptures say that, that he came to heal the sick. Right. And so, brothers are not going to be perfect in this flesh, but at the same time, you don't want to devalue yourself in the eyes of the Most High, because we know that we're in this ministry for a reason. So I'm going to read this scripture again with that understanding. All right. And it says, Unto me, who am less than the least of all saints, is this grace given, that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Hamashiach. So even if he was the least, how do I put it? Even if he deserved way less than the gift that he received, okay? Even if he didn't deserve per se the gift that he got from the Most High to push the word on such a large scale, okay? It isn't our choice, all right? And I'm just using the scripture as an example. It isn't our choice whether or not what value we put on ourselves. Okay, it's by the will of the Most High. If the Most High ordained you to be a prophet, it don't matter how hard you try to fight, okay, to not preach the word, that fire is going to be built up in you and you're going to preach. Now, this isn't to say that you can't follow out the truth, because you don't know, we don't know if we are the elect as far as individually, okay. Now, I'm speaking for myself when I say that, all right, because certain men that have been preaching the word consistently for multiple decades. Now they've shown works, and they're doing the works of the elect. So myself, for example, I'm of the hopeful elect, okay, and so that doesn't mean that I should be devaluing myself in my own eyes by saying that, okay, I don't have a chance, because honestly, we actually are valuable in the eyes of the Most High if we're those men, I should say. All right, there's 144,000 men that have been ordained. So that's the spirit at 1:44 a.m. All right, the next scripture we're going to get is in Luke chapter 12, and start at verse 24. It says, Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and the Most High feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls? Right? So the Most High knows that we need food, and he knows that we need clothing and so on and so forth, and that, that that we're going to be late to work that day, and our boss is probably going to yell at us, or if he fires us, he knows that we got to pay rent, right? But the thing is, he actually already knew that before it even happened. He actually is the one who ordained it to happen. So with that being said, we have to think of ourselves. We have to operate with the understanding that the Most High thinks highly of us if we're doing the work. Okay, to an extent. No, there's balance. You don't want to get prideful, okay, and think that you just got it. No, I'm not saying that at all. But it is at the same time important to remember that the Most High he has his men. All right, we said the Most High got us. He's looking out for us. Okay, because we're doing the work. Now, the next scripture we're going to get is in the book of Lamentations. Okay, Lamentations chapter 4, verse 2. It says, "The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter." Now, the first part of the verse is the point. The precious sons of Zion are comparable to fine gold. Now, this is a metaphor, yeah, right? But at the same token, we are devalued here in slavery and captivity underneath these Edomites. And when Lamentations was written, this was entering into the Babylonian Empire and going through the degradation of the holy city of Jerusalem, and seeing how everything was just torn down into shambles. The temple was destroyed. Okay, it was just like going from riches to rags, in a short period of time. And so, even though we're worth a lot more, we're devalued here in America in general, and that is caused a lot of times. It can cause brothers to, think that they are not valuable at all, when in reality we're the most valuable men on the planet Earth, and I'll prove it on the scriptures. Okay, next scripture we're going to get, as a matter of fact, is in Isaiah 13:9. It says, "Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners out of it." Now, the sinners, those who have given themselves over to the lust of this world, in whatever way it may be, they quit on the word, or they never listened, and they walked past it, and they scoffed in their hearts. Yeah, the Most High is going to come to destroy the sinners out of the world. All right, beginning with Edomites too. Well, the scriptures do say that judgment is going to begin at the house of the Lord. So really, beginning with Jake, who knows that they're Israelites that didn't want to get right. All right, and then that's which is the 2/3, and then you got the Edomites after that, and the rest of the nations. All right, so in verse 10 it says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." Right, because of the smoke from all the destruction that is going to be coming. And you have an example of what is it, Paradise, the city Paradise. There were videos of these Edomite families, mostly taking videos of them driving through the burning remains of basically their city. And it was a statement that one Edomite had made. He was just like, yeah, it pretty much, I think he said it was like 11:45 or 12:45, or it was like in in midday, but it looked like a dark movie scene, because it was the smoke from all of the from everywhere that was surrounding them was blocking out the sun. And that's exactly what's going to happen in these times. All right, smoke from thermonuclear missiles. All right, and destruction just in general. All right, the cloud, it's gonna act like a cloud, except it's gonna be thick smoke. All right, it says in verse 11, it says, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, which is what is to come. We prophesy and preach this every week. All right. Now the point is in verse 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Now the men that this is talking about are the men of the Lord. They are going to be more precious than fine gold because they are going to be where refuge is. They're going to live and dwell safely in those times. Okay. And so that's why we're doing the work, because we know that those times are to come. And so there's not really going to be a price that you can put on a man that the Most High is with in those days, because so many people are going to just be getting killed left and right, catching diseases, famines, and so on and so forth. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and finish it off here in Daniel. All right. The book of Daniel, chapter 10. All right. And this is when Daniel saw a vision. He was I'll just go ahead and read it. An angel appeared unto Daniel. So it says Daniel 10 and 11. It says, and he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright. For unto thee am I now sent. And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. All right, because before Daniel had heard those words that the angel said, he was basically on his face, which it says, where it says in verse 9, it says, then I was in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground. He was essentially lifeless. He couldn't move, due to the extreme vision that he was having and the toll it was taking on his body. But the point is in verse 11, okay, where it says, and he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee. So greatly beloved by who? By Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. And I'm actually going to drop down to verse 19. He says it again. I'll start at verse 18, actually. It says, then there came again and touched me one like the appearance of a man, and he strengthened me and said, O man greatly beloved, fear not. Peace be unto thee. Be strong. Yea, be strong. And that's the mentality that we have to have, man. Okay, now granted, this was a vision that Daniel was receiving, all right? And we're going to be living out those part of these times, because Daniel saw a lot of destruction that was to come in the latter days, which we're going to have to go through. We're going to have to live through that and see it. And we ought to have that same mentality, man. Because why? Because and we know that we're going to succeed because why? Because we are greatly beloved by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Lord willing we're those men. All right, continuing on, it says, and when he had spoken unto me, I was strengthened and said, Lord, Salakia, and said, let my Lord speak, for thou hast strengthened me. Okay, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai really does strengthen us, man. If he didn't care about us, if he just thought we were just completely useless for him, then he wouldn't continue to strengthen us. He wouldn't continue to allow us to keep growing. All right. And quite frankly, man, that's something to be grateful for. And we show our gratitude by doing this work.